journey, you know. Last year I went to Cambodia and Vietnam. Yeah, and I traveled around a little bit. See, they have also their Vishnu temple.
Yes.
Yeah, the Shiva temple.
Yes.
In Cambodia, but now it's all become Hindu. I mean, Buddhist.
Yes.
Yeah, Buddhist temple. So much separation. It's the same thing, but people fighting, you know. Yeah, 'cause it doesn't matter which way you connect. This life is the same. God is the same, you know. Yeah. So I don't know why people fight so much. It's just, if you know it works, it works. No need to fight. Yeah. It doesn't matter the way. Everybody's way is always different because we all have a different experience. So how we get to the truth is always different, you know? Yeah. Like Krishna's way is different. And you have Osho's way different, Sadhguru's way is different, you know, Ramakrishna way, very different. He tried everything. He went Christianity, he tried everything and he get there the same. So yeah, I think it's wonderful just to kind of realize that no matter which way you go, as long as you get to the truth, you know. And yeah. There's the one life, one existence, you know, it's like one can only be one truth. So much confusion. Yeah. So how do you get into mathematics anyway?
Actually, I have been a very good student of mathematics from the very childhood.
Okay.
I was the highest scorer of maths in my school in class 12, both in math and in English.
Okay.
In both the subjects.
Wow.
So after that, I was also interested in technology. So I completed my bachelor's of engineering in electronics and communication engineering.
Yeah.
So I completed BTech in electronics and communication engineering in the year 2012.
Yeah.
After that, I worked for 10 long years as maths educator now, and again after that in 2019, I completed my MSc in mathematics from lovely Professional University.
Yeah.
And currently I'm pursuing my online and distance MSc in statistics from Dr. India University.
Wow. It's amazing. You know, what's so funny is that my mom also, she was very deep in mathematics, you know. Yeah, so she also got like masters in statistics, and then like when she passed away, she was doing a PhD in like mathematics also.
Maths is also all about Ram. You know why?
Yeah.
Bhagwan Ram was born on the 9th of the month.
Oh.
So 9 is the digit of Ram.
Okay.
And if you look at all the numbers are made up of 10 digits starting from 0 to 9.
Yeah.
Now, out of all those 10 digits, the highest value is the value of 9.
Yeah.
9 is the highest value of all the digits, basic digits. Forget about the 2-digit numbers or 3-digit numbers, it doesn't matter.
Well, one value is bigger.
They are made up of all the basic digits 0 to 9.
But 0 is bigger than 9.
No, 0 is the null value. The biggest digit is 9.
Oh, yeah.
9 is the biggest digit. Now, out of those 10 digits, 9 is the biggest digit. So, since this whole universe is made up of these digits 0 to 9, and 9 is the biggest of all these digits, similarly, Ram was born on the 9th of the month. And Ram is the biggest, the greatest person, the most powerful person of this whole world. So, his birthday is also 9th. As 9 is the biggest digit, his birthday is also the 9 because he is also the supreme person of this whole world. To see the correspondence between 9 and his birthday and his personality. So that's why 9 is also the most powerful number and the most luckiest number, 9.
So in another way, like 0 is also like, because 0 is like limitless.
Zero actually is the source of everything. Everything everything has been appeared from zero.
Yeah. So in one way, like for us, we look at Adi Yogi as the one who came up with the ways of 112 ways. You know how it's like different ways to know your nature. The 112 ways, like some people Vigyan, you know. So Tantra is like so 108 also it comes up. Like if you look at the distance.
You know why 108? 108 is because in 108 there are 3 basic digits, 108.
Yeah.
To add them 1 plus 0 plus 8, it will give you 9.
Yeah.
Again there's the digit of Bhagwan Ram.
Yeah. So that is like in one way to look at it, and also like in so many ways in the universe, the geometry of the universe also represents that. You know, like the distance from the sun, I mean the sun to the earth to the sun is 108 times the earth, you know, and then 108 times
Everything
the
will
moon.
find in the multiple of 9 only.
Yeah.
Because 9 is the most powerful digit.
Yeah.
It represents Bhagwan Ram.
Yeah.
So whatever you find, whatever quantity you find, standard quantity you find in this universe, all will be in multiple of 9.
Yeah.
It has to be. 9 is the most powerful digit. 9 represents the universe. So everything in every standard value in the universe will only represent 9 or multiple of 9.
Yeah.
It is the pattern of numerology. Numerology is another branch of mathematics.
Yeah.
Which gives you it's a controversial branch because it is not tested in the laboratory, but it can be perceived through intuition.
Yeah.
It can be understood through intuition.
Yeah.
So numerology gives you the relation between numbers and the events which are happening in our daily life.
Yeah.
It gives a correspondence between these two things.
Yeah.
So the numerology says that since 9 is the digit of the universe,
Yes.
and represents the wholeness of the universe, so whatever phenomenon is going on in this universe, we can represent those phenomena either by 9 or by the multiple of 9.
Yeah.
Because universe is the is represented by 9.
Yeah.
The supreme soul, that is Lord Ram.
Yeah.
That's why it's like this.
Yeah. And another way is like I think I don't know, they call about ninth heaven.
Yes.
There's 9.
Yes.
So, and for us, like in yoga, there's the chakras. You know, the body also has like 112 chakras,
Yes.
and 108 of them are like inside the body. You know, so it's like that 108, like also 7 is a multiple of 7. You know, so 7 also is like 7 centers in your body. You know, the different chakras. You know, you have 7, and then like, you know, you reach enlightenment. So 7 also, it has like some power. So in so many ways, what we call life is a geometry. So yoga is like that science of like, you know, aligning with that geometry. So if you hold yourself in different postures, you have a different alignment to different parts of the world of life. You know, you can know this, you can know that just by holding your body like this. You're like, you know, so many mudras and
Yes.
yeah. So asanas and things like that. If you learn only a few, like, and master it properly, you can connect with anything. And like you say, the mantras, like Shiva also has 108 names, 1008 names, whichever way. All of them. Devi also, it's the same. Like she has also 108. So in knowing like life, you also know the like geometry, which is like mathematics. Like Shiva, Patanjali, and so many other people, they only talk about mathematics, you know. This is the only way. That's how like Ramanujan can come up with so many numbers, just by knowing, like, connecting with like what is the essence of life, you know. Yeah. So it sounds like, it feels miraculous, but it's just the nature of life that it is, you know. is geometric.
I have it myself. The Gita written in Bengali.
Yeah.
If I had the Gita written in English, I would have given it to you right now.
Yeah.
But you will not understand Bengali, no? That's why I will not give that.
Yeah.
Because you will have no use. But if I had the Gita written in English, at this moment I would have given it to you right now.
Yeah. And then, you know, even the shapes, like triangles.
Yes.
You know, they always say like there's triangles inside, you know, like the chakras and stuff, like pointing out, pointing down, and then the wheels, you know. So, life is only geometry. Like, why is it like our body is so geometric, like balanced the way it is? You know, everything in life, you can split it and it will be like there's a balance everywhere. So, it's only the nature of how life is. If you pay attention, then it's very obvious. But so many people, they only go by the stories, you know, they don't go by like, you know, the basis of what that is, of paying attention to life, you know. But, yeah, that's why it's like being born in India is such a blessing, you know.
Yes.
It's just, you're so exposed to, you know, wonderful knowledge just because you're born here. For me, I'm so lucky, you know. For me to find this is like so much I have to go through. If there's no internet, I will never know, you know. If I didn't go to Australia, maybe I don't know. So, you know, but if you're born in India, it's just there.
There's no problem if you marry a Hindu.
Yeah.
You embrace Hinduism, he will become Indian.
Yeah. But it was not possible, like, for a long time it was not possible. Only in the last 50 years maybe it's an option, you know, because now the world is becoming more global. But before that, to find Indian is not so easy. Yeah. So to find Hinduism was not so easy, unless it's also part of the culture. You know, in some cultures they also have representations of Shiva and Ram and all this, because it has reached there in a different way. Like in Egyptian they have the god Ra, you know,
Yes.
who is like the sun god. And then other cultures also in South America, I think they have a different representation of, you know, the three avatars or something, you know. Yeah. So in some way people come to it, but I don't know how. Maybe there's people from here, they go there, you know. Like in the Bible it says when Jesus was born, there's 3 wise men from the east. So maybe from India. They come from India, they go to see Jesus and they give him, like, you know, some presents. And after that maybe they come and they teach him how to meditate. We don't know. Because how is it that the 3 wise men find him from the east, you know? So some stories, you can look at it and maybe there's some, you know, connection there with Hinduism. Always. Yeah, I don't know so much about my traditional religion because there's no record. A lot of it has been lost because of the colonization. Like Christianity take over everywhere, you know. So there's a little bit left, but so hard to find. So only a few people are practicing, you know. Like a lot of it is become so ritualistic, you know. Just the symbol is, you know, just wearing like clothes which are not Western, you know, traditional clothes like skin animal skin and things like that. So this one is still there, but it's mostly rituals. I don't know if you call it rituals, but customs maybe. Yeah. So we don't know much about our history. Like we know a little bit that our God lives in the mountain, something like that, you know. But not much after that. Just some stories. Yeah. So maybe also there's a connection at some point, you know. But, yeah. Yeah. I didn't know he was selling chips.
Yes. Kurkure.
Yeah. Kurkure.
It's a fried food item made out of pulses and potatoes.
Oh.
And spices.
Okay. Kurkure. I thought you were saying cake. The whole time I'm thinking cake. You know? And then when you buy some before, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so when you buy it, I thought, oh, okay, chips. So I'm learning a little bit, you know, because it's, very different. So many things I don't know. Paneer?
Paneer is a vegetarian food.
Yeah.
Made of milk.
Okay.
Milk is condensed, solidified, and turned into paneer.
Oh, so like butter or something, cheese?
Yes. Butter cheese are not that much condensed like paneer. Paneer is a very solidified, highly solidified form.
Oh.
Butter and cheese are semi-solids.
Okay. No,
They are just a jelly-like substance. Butter and cheese.
Yeah.
They are half solids.
Okay.
That paneer is a highly condensed, highly solidified.
Okay. Is that what they were selling it before? What was they saying? Something? Paneer?
I didn't hear. Maybe they said I didn't hear.
Oh, somebody was going around with something. I couldn't tell, you know?
Maybe they were saying I didn't hear. I didn't notice.
Yeah. Like I know chai, samosa. Then
Samosa is
oh yeah, samosa we have it also. Samosa is everywhere. Even in Kenya, so many Indians in Kenya, you know, we have like samosa and chapati. Yeah, so that one I know. But some of the other things I don't know. Like kurkere? You say kurkere? The cake?
No.
The chips, how do you say?
Cakes, we say cakes.
No, the one, the chips, like the
Chips.
lentil chips.
There's a Lay's. There are some brands of chips like Lay's. Chips.
Which one he was saying? Kurkere?
Yes, kurkure is not a chips. It's a
Kurkere.
fried pulses. Fried pulses marinated with, flavored with
Spices.
tasty spices.
Kurkere. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was trying to get, you know. The one. I was trying to get the one, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just you pay attention to the body, like you know what is good for the body, you know. And this is where a lot of
One thing I want to ask you. Actually, I have also been planning to go to Australia.
yeah.
For professional purpose only.
Yeah.
So I am just asking you, is in Australia there is racism in Australia? Are they racist?
No.
Are they racist?
No.
Do they judge people based on their skin color?
Some people will do, but it's just more of like karma, conditioning, you know, a little bit conditioning. But most people, they try to be nice, you know. Yeah. So it's become a very tolerant society, you know. Yeah. So just because of the political correctness and things like this, it's become very tolerant. Like now, when Modi came to Australia, he made a deal like to have more Indians coming, you know, like now if you come to Australia, they recognize your qualification the way it is in India, you know. Yeah. So many Indians came to Australia last year. So it's like many Indians. So there's like not much racism because a lot of the doctors are like Indians and a lot of the doctors are Africans, and you know. So if you're racist, how you go to the doctor?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like that. where it's over time they get to mix, so there's not much racism, because your kids are going to school with their kids, and so it's become very mixed now. Yeah. So last year we had 460,000 people coming to Australia, moving to Australia, and population of Australia is only 26 million, So this is about maybe 5% of the Australian population or something in 1 year. So it's kind of like becoming, it's always been multicultural, like for a long time, because from the 50s there's a lot of Italians. People think Italians are not like, because the English, they're ruling first, and then after that they discriminate a little bit against Italians and Greek, and then they become a normal Australian. Now it's like Chinese people also coming a lot. We get some Arab people, then Africans, black people, they're not allowed in Australia until 1975. So it's like they used to have a white Australia policy, So it's like very racist at that time. But now it's moving. It's moving so much more towards like acceptance, Yeah. So not much racism. If you're qualified, mostly you will get the job. You'll get some people here and there, they're saying some things, but yeah, it's like everywhere. People will call you some names, but in terms of discrimination, it's not so much. Yeah. So it's like the people who, especially the people who are in position to give you job and things like this, they're not much racism, because a lot of the time the local people don't want to work so hard, so they have to hire people from other places, Yeah. So, yeah, that's why it's not so much, not so much racism, Still, there is a bit of imbalance, because some people are more susceptible, I think. Like the original Australians, like Aboriginals, they suffer a little bit more. Even Africans, they suffer a little bit more, like in terms of crime and going to prison, and the treatment in those places is just like in the US, it happens like that, where in those positions, because they don't have the resources or something, they're putting themselves more in the position to get arrested, and yeah. So in that way, is a bit of yeah, it's like unevenness, a little bit of imbalance, yeah. But in most things, it's just very even. So I work in the office job for 5 years, but I get in the job because of my skin. No, it's like they have something like a pathway, diversity pathway. So they're trying to make like a workplace more diverse. So they look for people with a different background. So now even gay people, they have like diversity, and then they have women, they have black people and things like this. So I get a job there, and I worked there for 5 years, and then last year is like I lost my job, so yeah, like that. I also love maths, but I went with accounting. Yeah, so I was very good at mathematics.
You was good in maths?
Yeah, very good.
Really?
Like, yeah. I used to get like 98%, 90 something percent, you know. Went back in the primary school in Kenya, you know. In Australia, I went also very easy. Mathematics was very easy. I did like advanced mathematics for some time, and then I stopped. And then I moved more towards accounting. So I did accounting for my degree because I enjoy numbers, you know. But after that,
math professionals
yeah,
aren't like incredibly. They are incredibly.
yeah,
In mathematics profession,
yeah.
the scope of earning is limitless.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
I'm not telling about teaching.
Yeah.
Profession has some limit of
Yeah.
earning.
Yeah.
But you go to other branches of mathematics like data science,
Yeah.
then actually কোথাও আছে এত যদি প্রচুর টাকা হবে তাহলে এখন আমার কাছে হাত পা করছে না। আগে থেকে ভাবতে রাখতে বলছো ভারতীয়দের এর জন্য এরকম অবস্থা সব আরামসে বাবু হয়ে খাবে, হ্যাঁ পরিশ্রম করবে না তো ফোকটে খাবে, আর যেই বিপদে পড়বে ব্যাস, আর যেই বিপদে পড়বে উনি যাকে স্বামী পাবে তার ঘরে কোপ মারবে। না না, পড়ার জন্য বাড়ি যাওয়ার কোনো মানে হয় না। পড়ার জন্য ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলে ঠিক আছে, চাকরির জন্য বাড়ি গেলেও ঠিক আছে, পড়ার জন্য বাইরে পশ্চিমবঙ্গেই করছে না, আবার বাইরে যাবে পড়তে, মাথা মতো খারাপ আছে।
Yeah. Later on, I can do some editing, you know. Yeah. It's just some short videos.
अभी भी आप गेस करना।
हम वहाँ बहुत कम जाते हैं, जाते ही नहीं, ऑप्शन बैठे रहते हैं।
अच्छा वहाँ नहीं जाते।
प्रमोद को भेज देते हैं, आज हम बैठ गए थे ना, प्रमोद को भेज देते हैं, यहाँ बैठे
कहाँ?
यारो हमको उसकी अगर ठीक लगती नहीं है साला जो है तुम्हारा हो जाता है, तुम्हें पानी गिराते हैं तो चले जाते हैं।
अरे इंस्पेक्टर तो तुम्हारी वैसी ही कुछ धीरे पड़ेगी।
तो कुछ करता नहीं ना है, वो खाली बैठा है, बस खाली वहाँ जाए खड़ा हो जाएगा, आएंगे तो बस एक आदमी चढ़ाया गया, एक आदमी लेगा, वो पूछेगा, नोट लगेगा, वो खाली जाके वहाँ खड़ा रहता है।
और यही ऊँचा था।
यही चाहते हैं।
पीपी सिंह ये कह रहे हैं, एक बात अजीब से बोले, सीओ भी जाने से कतराता है, एडिशनल भी जाने से कतराता है। सही है,
सही बात है भाई, उनकी भी ये सोच कुछ सुन नहीं रहे तो क्या करेंगे बेचारे। ये लोग कुछ कहते हैं तो हो सके वो सब शिकायत करते हैं।